How can we get more done using less? This equipment that we're selling to these farmers is getting more complex. It's getting bigger with higher capacities and faster speeds to be able to do things as growing windows shrink. We need to be able to do a lot more with a lot less in a quicker amount of time.
Hi, and welcome to Illinois Corn TV. I'm Lindsay Croak. I'm the Director of Marketing and Communications at Illinois Corn. And today I am joined by Matt at Heritage Tractor. Matt, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Lindsay.
Can you share a little bit about Heritage Tractors and how you serve farmers in your area?
You bet. So Heritage Tractor is a little bit of a new name here to Illinois. It's a familiar name out west with Heritage Tractor Incorporated in Baldwin City, Kansas, who is a strategic partner of ours here in Illinois. And we are across 28 counties here in Illinois as far as our new John Deere product. You know, John Deere is the biggest name in the game in agriculture, and that's our product, that's our OEM, that's who we represent, what we sell, and how we're helping farmers is through the John Deere network. I might be a little biased here, but we sell the best product for raising the best crops to the best farmers that exist here in Illinois. We're very lucky to be able to partner with Illinois farmers because, you know, this is some of the best dirt in the world right here. And we get to sell to those guys. We get to work with those guys every day. And so we bring them a large breadth of parts, service, technology services, training services. Obviously, on the sales side, we're wanting to trade their equipment as much as we can earn their business, and really just better together with our customers is our goal. We want to partner with them and grow with them.
As a farm girl, probably at least near to one of the counties that you serve, I don't think it's arrogant at all for you to say this is the best farming in Illinois, in the country even.
Yeah, best dirt you can find anywhere. Absolutely. Best dirt you can find anywhere. I put this dirt up against any other dirt in the world for sure with what it can grow.
So what trends are you seeing in farm equipment, and how is that reflecting the needs of today's farmers?
Absolutely. I have a little saying that it seems like the entire scope of the ag equipment market is new every 3 years. We are in such a rapidly changing equipment market, and a lot of that has to do with technology. Technology is the biggest changing piece in our product. I mean, you go to a retail store and buy a new computer, and by the time you walk out with that new computer, it almost seems like it's obsolete already. So I do believe, John Deere believes, and I think our farmers, most of them would agree, that technology is what's going to help them raise more corn bushels every year, is going to give them that competitive edge against their neighboring farmer to grow as much as a good steward of the land, just differentiate themselves and differentiate their product. You know, we're seeing a lot of trending niche markets where they can, you know, raise organic corn or conventional corn or, you know, different crops for different purposes, ethanol or whatever. And John Deere, and through their dealer network and Heritage Tractor here, we're trying to keep our farmers up with the changing technology. And that's the biggest change that we're seeing. The end goal is simple. It's to produce the most effective, highest yielding crop you possibly can using as little inputs as possible. And our technology, especially when the bottom line is tight like it is today, is what can give that farmer the competitive edge to do that in a sense. So that's the biggest changing trend. Another one I like to say is, how can we get more done using less? This equipment that we're selling to these farmers is getting more complex. It's getting bigger with higher capacities and faster speeds to be able to do things as growing windows shrink. We need to be able to do a lot more with a lot less in a quicker amount of time. If I could bottle that up, is doing that more with less in a short window. That's the trend we're trying to really stay up with, and that trend is continually evolving.
What is something you would tell a farmer who's thinking about maybe incorporating some new technology, upgrading some equipment? What advice do you give those folks?
Absolutely. They say, much like real estate, the best time you can buy real estate is now. And I think that's becoming more and more evident in the ag equipment world. Is the best time you can buy is now. Everything's increasing in price. There's always price increases. That's natural. That's part of the economy. That's natural inflation of the dollar. The best time you can jump in is now. And I'd like to say that the best time that they've been able to buy in the past 5 years that I could possibly think about as far as their equipment upgrades go is now. We're having a lot of inventory to pick from. With that, we're getting very competitive on pricing. To help move that inventory, as well as giving big money for trades, because at the dealer level, we need to be able to we need to be able to turn our inventory as fast as we can. That's what keeps us afloat. That's what keeps us going. And to do that, we need to be competitive on pricing, and we need to give very strong and fair trade numbers to our customers trading equipment, because trading is very frequent in the ag equipment world. So we're trying to stay on top of that. So best advice I could give is, even when pricing seems like it's down and everybody's affected all the way across the board, whether it's the seed companies, the fertilizer companies, the equipment manufacturers like ourselves, there is never been a better time to buy. And I'd also combo that with buying from a partner that you trust. I think this is a massive relationship driven business, and farmers continually want to deal with somebody they trust. If you can leverage a good relationship with your dealer and somebody you trust, as technology evolves, kind of going back to what we said earlier, as technology also constantly evolves, the farmer is going to depend more and more on their dealer to help them through. It's not as easy as it used to be to farm with technology, and as it becomes more prevalent in our industry, they're going to want to partner with somebody they trust. So another piece of advice I'd have is deal with who you trust. If you trust somebody, we're out there trying to earn our customers' trust every day, and hopefully we are. And I hope the farmer can understand that too, that trust is a big part of this, because you're going to need somebody to answer questions. You're going to need to call on somebody when things break down, don't work, because they will. It's just part of the game. And so that'd be another piece, is deal with who you trust, and partner with somebody, because the dealership in our situation, we want to see our customers grow, because we can grow with them.
I love that last piece of advice, to deal with who you trust, because I think that's going to really resonate with anyone who is listening to this Illinois Corn TV episode, especially if they're not in your sales area, or maybe they don't like green tractors. I mean, let's face it, it takes all of us, right, to grow a good crop. And so really focusing in on a dealership or a partnership that you feel like you can trust and rely on, and your note about technology becoming an important part of the farm is so true. I don't really feel like I'm that old all the time, and I can't even run my own computer half the time. So,
I know, it's crazy, and there's no getting away from it. Obviously, everything is going to continue to trend upward and into the future. And you ask some of the older generation farmers around here, did they ever think that we'd see this stuff? I think a good dealer is going to be able to sell to somebody who farms 100 to 100,000 acres and everybody in between, and have that solution for what they need to grow the best possible crop they possibly can at the end. That's what the bottom line is. How can we be profitable and do a good job of doing it in the meantime?
Yeah, we're living in like what the world would look like if the Jetsons were farming, right?
Yes, pretty much. We're there. It's not far away.
Okay, Matt, we're ready for our Not to Be Corny segment. Are you ready?
Oh, hit me with it. I'm ready. I'm always ready.
Why do farmers love shopping at Heritage Tractor?
Because we are the best there is.
Because you're always tilling it like it is.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. That works. I like it.
You can use that one. You can use that one for free. We'll let you have it.
Oh, thank you very much. For free is a big piece. Yep.
So we are so grateful that you came and joined us on this segment today. Matt, thank you so much. I hope you have a great day.
Happy to be here. Thanks again, Lindsay. Always a pleasure.